Hello and welcome to another PlanetDestiny video. Today we'll be going over the new Hunter subclass called the Night Stalker. It finishes off the elemental damages for the Hunter subclass since it gives them void damage now. Since there's a lot to cover, I just want to dive right into the perks. First up are the grenades. You start off with the Spike Grenade, which is the exact same as the Defender Titan Grenade. The third grenade is the Vortex Grenade, which is from the Warlock's Voidwalker subclass. The only new grenade is called the Slash Grenade. It creates a horizontal wall of void light for about 5 to 6 seconds. It can allow you to block off hallways from advancing enemies or be offensively used to get someone to come out from around a corner if thrown properly. I enjoyed using it because it simply wasn't as situational as some of the current grenades. My favorite kill was unfortunately not captured since I was playing at some of the public testing areas. On a game of Rift, I was advancing with the spark and noticed something around the corner on my radar. I tossed the grenade right at the corner and the horizontal flame extended to where the person was camping with a shotgun. Since they didn't move, it quickly burned them down and I was able to capture for my team without getting killed. The jumps are the exact same as the current Gunslinger jumps. You have higher jump, more control, and triple jump. I think it would have been interesting to see this subclass get blink, but there's still 3 more months, so it might get added in. The super is called Shadow Shot, and it allows you to tether a large group of enemies together, slowing all movement and suppressing their abilities. Let me just come out and say it, out of all the new supers, this was my favorite. It just deeply connected to the way I've always wanted to play a hunter. It feels like a cross between Golden Gun and Nova Bomb. You only have one shot and you go into third person, so it takes a few tries to get used to it. If your aim is good, it'll do about 240 damage to someone in PvP, so you can outright kill someone with it in a pinch. The really devastating part about it is that you can suppress groups of enemies. Even if you miss your target, wherever the arrow lands, you'll end up pinning down anyone close, allowing either you or a friend to come clean them up. If you get hit by this, the only thing you can really do is sit there and try to shoot. Your jumps, grenades, and supers cannot be used. Also, it shuts down any current supers. So if you see a Sunbreaker or a Blade Dancer running at you from a distance, you can shut them down and take him out before he realizes what's going on. For the talents associated with Shadow Shot, we have Inexorable, which causes a portion of damage taken by a tethered target to be taken by all targets that are tethered. I got to mess around with this talent a little bit and it proved to be pretty brutal. While it wasn't taking down a whole group on its own, I was able to take down my initial tethered target and then move on to the next tethered target. And the final target already had its shield and some health down from all the damage that I had done, so I was able to come out clean from that. It seems like it'll be a really decent PvP and PvE talent. The other two talents are, wait for it, Shadow Shot creates a proximity tether that triggers when targets are close, and Gloam Ranger, unite your allies, reduce incoming damage and buffs outgoing damage for your tethered fire team. So Gloam Ranger really sounds like it's going to be the talent to use for PvE. I'm not exactly sure how it'll work, but it seems to have traits from both of the Titan bubble buffs, except it's all in one now. I'm not really sure what to make of wait for it though. If I understand the ability correctly, then it means that the tether will trigger on people who pass by it as well, instead of just people in the initial vicinity. For general use, I'd probably just stick with Inexorable, and then for PvE, Gloam Ranger sounds like it'll be the way to go. Okay, so next up is the melee, and it's a little bit odd, because it isn't actually a melee. While you still have your trusty knife to stab things with, your melee attack is actually a throwable smoke bomb. In PvP, it was a devastating combo to use Shadow Shot and then tether a group of enemies and then smoke bomb them so they can't shoot back at you because they can't see you. It even did about 7 damage per second to someone that was inside it. It did affect your vision if you were inside it as well, but if no one can see inside the smoke bomb, then you're all equal. I got to mess around with the first upgrade for Smoke Bomb, and it was called Smog, which significantly increased the size of Smoke Bomb, allowing you to affect multiple targets. It seemed like this talent was really effective. A well-placed Smoke Bomb could easily disorient multiple enemies or cover a nice group of tethered enemies. Throwing it into a choke point meant that no one would even think about advancing because they could just come out of the Smoke Bomb into a wall of enemies. The other two talents for Smoke Bomb are Envenom, adds a toxin that suffocates enemies trapped within your Smoke Bomb, and Snare, allows Smoke Bomb to stick to surfaces, detonating when the enemies are near. Both of these sound really interesting, and I'm keen on seeing how much damage Envenom ends up doing, since Smoke Bomb already did a pretty respectable amount, at least for a ranged melee attack. Snare sounds like it'll be a little situational, since the on-demand part of Smoke Bomb is what makes it so good. But hey, I like Trip Mine on Gunslinger class, so this might be good as well. I still think just increasing the size of Smoke Bomb will still make it more effective, so the Smog talent might be the best winner there. The spec also uses all the current Hunter paths as well, so there's no changes in your normal stat builds. So for the first talent options, we have Uncanny Archer. Every target tethered increases your armor and recovery stats by 1 until Shadow Shot is next recharge. It also reduces the time until the next Shadow Shot. I was able to mess around with this one, and I wish I could have gotten to use the other talents as well, so I could see how much of a difference it actually made. The next talents are Shadow Trapper. Tethers have increased range, duration, and potency, and well provisioned. Gain an additional grenade and significantly increase grenade durations. This entire tree is really potent. Each one has its merits, but I think it comes down to the Uncanny Archer and Shadow Trapper. Either use the bow more and make it affect your character's stats more, or go with Shadow Trapper so your tether can have more of an influence on your enemies when you actually get to use it. Either way, both talents are extremely strong, and I can't wait to actually test them all out to see which one I like a little bit more. The well-provisioned talent is another strong one, but I don't think the Night Stalker grenades are really worth trying to go all in on, especially since the other two talents feel like they would have more of an impact on your character. The last upgrade options are Keen Scout, Sneak Faster, gain Enhanced Motion Tracker, and mark targets you damage. Allies get waypoints to your marked targets. Rapid Shot, after firing your initial Shadow Shot, you may fire up to 2 explosive arrows in quick succession. And Shade Step, gain and evade on your crouch. I didn't get to play with any of these since the characters weren't fully upgraded all the way. Bungie is really making it difficult though to choose between these talents by making all of them so damn strong. Shade Step will probably be the one to use in PvP, but then you'd miss out on the buffs from Keen Scout for your allies. Rapid Shot feels like it would be the best way to go for a solo player who doesn't really care about the group, since having an extra damage ability associated with Shadow Shot will be best for a solo player. So overall, I really enjoyed the Night Stalker subclass. It's difficult to explain, but everything just felt right about it. The combination of an aggressive forward player that has tools that can be used both offensively and defensively is very powerful. The Shadow Shot Super looks like it will really shine in the larger playlist for PvP, and I can't wait to tether huge groups of players and have a teammate quickly sweeping up with their own super as well. We might also start seeing some people go different stat builds. Strength might be a very valuable stat since the grenades are a little bit lackluster. I know I'd love to have a smoke bomb up to toss on a group of tethered people to make them a little bit more helpless. I cannot wait for the Taken King to finally come out so all of you can finally play what might be my favorite of the new subclasses. This has been Patrick Casey with PlanetDestiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.